Welcome back to this Diablo 3 Let's Play. You're Sambo, Seraphis, and joining us as always is the brutish Tallahassee with his sword and board. How are you this evening, my friend? Oh,
that well.
You just love the barbarian, don't you? There is absolutely no denying it because, of course, we play this outside of the Let's Play series, and you refuse to play anything but another barbarian. Have you actually tried any other classes?
I've tried a witch hunter. I found it a bit boring. I've tried I tried a monk, but it wasn't really sort of my sort of play style. I tried a Witchdoctor, and that didn't really suit me either.
Right, so you're barbarian. You are Arnold, right? You just want to be Conan.
Yeah, I am Tallahassee the barbarian.
That's the one. What's your favourite, by the way, what's your favourite skill on the barbarian so far? Because I bet a lot of people have their... I know I've got my favourites on the characters I play. What's your favourite barbarian one?
I really enjoy Cleave. With Cleave, you've got a rune that you can get, and basically when you kill a monster using Cleave, they explode and they do damage to everyone else around them. So when you kill a few people with one hit, basically everything explodes around you.
Somehow I can see the appeal now. I can definitely see the appeal. That is classic. Now, speaking of witch doctors, the observant amongst you may notice that our little duo has become a trio, a threesome this evening, and that is because we're fortunate enough to be joined this evening on voice chat as well by our good mate Mclargehuge. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I am.
What was that you just did on your Witch Doctor? Some kind of flame effect? What was that?
That's a skill I just picked up called Fire Bats.
What literally spews bats of fire?
Yeah, apparently I can call forth a swarm of fiery bats.
Well, hey, we've always wanted to do that. By the way, thanks very much for joining us in this episode. Now, for those of you who don't know who Mclargehuge is, he is our good real-life friend, and in fact, Tallahassee and Mclargehuge actually work together. How on earth do you survive seeing Tallahassee every single day, by the way?
Luckily for me, they keep putting him further away. His seats keep moving further and further, and I don't have to keep looking at him. True friendship.
It is true.
Going on.
I've just moved again. It's move number, I think it's 17.
Move number 17. You know what I reckon? You remind me of that guy out of Office Space. Not in the way you are or look, but you know that guy that keeps getting moved? You know, what's his name? Milton?
Yeah.
Is it Milton?
Yeah, I'd actually like if they put me in the basement, because then I wouldn't have to deal with anyone or see anyone.
That's right. Tallahassee and customer service go hand in hand. And of course, Mclargehuge is always joining us at our infamous Saturday morning brunches as well. So you know what? We basically bribed him into coming along and joining us here. Now, Mclargehuge, you have some very particular tastes when it comes to gaming. And if I said to you, large, open world, multi-choice environment, how does that make you feel?
It kind of puts me on edge. Turns me off a little bit.
It does, doesn't it? Look, it's a known fact amongst us that you do like your games that kind of pull you through. I mean, a lot of people would put the term linear on it, and look, I'm actually a fan of that as well. In a big open world, I just find myself going, I could do all these things, and I never do any of them. Whereas when it's a bit more linear, you kind of get directed, you just get pulled along by the story. Diablo 3, I know that since launch, you've been playing a lot of it. You know, is it something that's really up your alley? Because I think it's something that's grown on you of recent times, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of slowly taken over my life. Which is a bit unfortunate for the rest of my life, but yeah, I wasn't that excited for it when it first got released, and then as soon as I started playing and I got to play with you and Tallahassee, I don't know, just got hooked, I guess. Yeah, got its
hooks into you. Now, before we go on, were you a Diablo 1 or Diablo 2 player?
I was a Diablo 2 player.
Oh.
Never got to play Diablo 1 though.
All right, I think a lot of people are in that position. In fact, you know what, Tallahassee, you're one of the few people I know that actually has played Diablo 1. Look at that, he's showing off with his bloody wings there. Thanks. Actually, have I got some of them? I don't have mine on me. If you guys are wondering where they're from, they are from the Collector's Edition, by the way. Well, look, Mclargehuge, it's great to have you along. How are you finding the Witch Doctor, by the way? Because, you know, it's one of the class... Tallahassee said it wasn't really his cup of tea. It's not something I've played a lot of, and not a lot of people I know actually do. do play it. Everyone's sort of going for the wizard or the monk or the barbarian. Compared to, I mean, I know you've played a number of the other classes. How are you actually finding the Witchdoctor, and how would you describe it? Is it a pet class, a utility class? Is it high DPS? Does it require a lot of thinking? What are your thoughts about it?
I'm not the biggest fan of it so far. I'm kind of hoping that it's going to pick up a little bit later. I'm normally a bit like Tallahassee, and I normally go with the barbarian or something that's a little bit brutish.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd give this a shot, and I'm not much with range characters, but I'm hoping that this is going to pick up a little bit. It's a bit of fun so far when I've got some cool skills like this.
Oh my lord!
And you know, the fire bats, which we saw before.
Yeah. What is that? What are they?
These are my zombie dogs.
Tallahassee, you never told me there would be zombie dogs in this episode. I like it already. I thought that the Witchdoctor had to actually kill to raise minions, so they can actually raise it all on their own, obviously. Do these time out, or are they there till they are killed?
No, these stick around until they're killed. They've got like life displaying on my screen, so yeah, basically I can summon them every 60 seconds, and if one dies I can just summon 3 more and kind of keep going from there. It just means that, you know, I can get to the important business of smashing boxes and barrels while they go off and attack people.
Oh no. Oh dear, another one, folks. And of course, you know what, we know that Tallahassee loves that as well. I think a lot of people play the game, they say, yep, I'm going into smash barrels and crates and urns. I love the urns particularly. And it just so happens that there's creatures there as well. There's something weirdly satisfying about smashing all those things, and Tallahassee and I have noticed that as well. Bizarre. I reckon they could almost make the game just full of crates and urns and we'd be perfectly happy. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Yeah, there's something...
I'd go for that.
Well, yeah, I know you'd go for that. You and your crate smashing ways. Well, there you go, folks. That is Mclargehuge, and of course that's him with his zombie dogs. And as we were talking about earlier, by the way, Tallahassee, when we were filming our Rift episode for this week, it's definitely been a bit of a zombie-themed week this week, what with people in Florida eating other people's faces off and stuff like that. So I guess we can continue on the theme here. One thing I can say, though, is that our fans and viewers aren't the sort that are going to be eating people's faces off, and one of them would love a shout out, and that is from Master of Ubel. And this is an interesting one, guys. He says, hey guys, loving the show, can I please get a shout out? Keep playing. Unfortunately, I was hacked this morning on Diablo 3, and I'm trying to get my account back. There you go, that was Master of Ubel. You know what, guys, I've heard a lot of stories about some Diablo 3 accounts getting hacked. Fingers crossed that it doesn't happen to us, but I'd say, guys, if you're watching from home, make sure that you have an authenticator on your account. And in the old days, that would require you actually having to go out and buy one, like a physical authenticator. But Tallahassee, Mclargehuge, I know you guys are iPhone users. Have you both got, you know, the mobile authenticator app protecting your accounts?
I do.
Certainly do.
Yeah, I think that's the only way to go. Look, I'm sure there are still ways of getting around it for the really persistent hackers out there, but it's just going to offer another layer of protection, and it does scare me when I see some of you guys making comments that you don't have an authenticator on your account. Go get one now. It's free to download. Get it on Android or iPhone off the actual app stores, and there's nothing to lose. You attach it to your account, very easy. And in fact, look, what I'll do is I'll pop a link in the description below this video with instructions by Blizzard of how to actually attach that to your account. So if you don't have one, go get one right now. In the meantime, that's it, I think, for us. I think it's time to go smash some zombies with our good friends Mclargehuge and Tallahassee. Now, where we left off last time was right here. I can see in my quest log we've got to go search for signs of Deckard Cain in the Cathedral. I'm guessing he's going to be somewhere in here. Tallahassee, what's this passage all about? And who's Leoric? Do we know who he is yet?
Yeah, that's King Leoric.
Right, and is he the skelly?
Former ruler of Tristram.
Is he the skeleton king?
Yes, he is.
Alright, there we go. So it looks like we're going to head in there. I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let's do it, folks. Let's go in, see what happens, see if we can find Deckard Cain. Of course, when you go into an area like this, I'm not sure if it's come up before, but we've got 3 in our party. Attention, this is an event called the Collapsed Hallway, and you can see it was triggered by Zombub, which is Mclargehuge there, and press accept to be instantly teleported to them. Your party will teleport in when everyone has accepted. So it's kind of like a bit of an instance, I guess, if you wanted to relate it to something in WoW. And here we go with a little cutscene.
Oh, minions, stay back! Back! May this wedge hold. The Skeleton King?
The power of the fallen star awakened me. and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones.
Well, speaking of the Skeleton King, that's him, I guess. There we go. We've got to kill the skeletons attacking Deckard Cain. And let's see, will the zombie dogs be doing their... Yeah, look at that. They're attacking straight away. So, Mclargehuge, are they kind of like really minimal DPS, or do they really make a difference when you have them out compared to when you haven't?
I think they're fairly minimal. They're not that strong at the moment. I'm kind of hoping that they might pick up a little bit later.
Yeah.
But at the moment, they're good for kind of getting ahead of me and keeping me out of harm's way.
Yep, sounds good to me. And I guess being a pet class, you want to keep as many mobs off you as possible, I'd imagine. Much the same as me with my wizardry here. And of course, we know the way I do that is with this ability here. That's the Frost Nova. So that allows me to freeze enemies in place and keep them away from me. I can get some distance and then go throw some things at them. Now, don't forget, guys, I got a new ability in the last episode here, Arcane Orb, which is this one. Tallahassee, you had a great little explanation for what this looks like. If I send one flying past you, what did you say that looked like?
Yes, you're throwing a universe at the enemy.
That's the one. In fact, if we look at the description, hurl an orb of pure energy that explodes when it hits, dealing 175% weapon damage as arcane damage to all enemies within 10 yards. So there we go. Now, just checking I haven't got better pants. See if I've got some magic pants. There we go. Oh, now one other thing, got to quickly cover off that a lot of our viewers told us about that we got wrong. I don't know if you remember, we were talking about the equipment I've got here and the DPS equipment. What I've since discovered is that my spell damage is actually dictated by the DPS of melee weapons. Did you guys know that? Tallahassee, did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Now, what about you, Mclargehuge? I mean, I imagine it's the same with you. You're kind of a ranged class. Did you realise that the DPS of your actual weapon is your spell power in this case?
No, wasn't aware.
Yeah, I thought it was just limited to, okay, if I get up and hit something with my club or my wand, that's when it would count. No, the actual proper formula behind the calculation of damage for spells is based off weapon DPS. So in this case, folks, you can see here, I'm hovering over a vampiric club and it's got 9 DPS, whereas the wand I've got has only got 3. I need to remedy that by swapping out right there. And I also need to get myself a better shield probably. There we go. So there you go, an important fact to know. All right, let's have a look and see what Deckard Cain has got to say.
Thank you, but why did you risk yourself for me?
You live. Fortune smiles on you, old man. I'm here to bring you back to Leah.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
All right, there we go. Got to head up into the Cathedral garden. That is exactly what we shall do. And I think what he's going to do... Yeah, look at this. We get ourselves, there we are, a new waypoint. We loves the waypoints and we loves loots as well. Now, are there any secrets around here before we waypoint out Tallahassee, or do we just head off now? No? We have a bit of a look around?
You have a bit of a look around. There's a stump there. I don't think there was much else.
Right, you guys opened a chest. That, I think, is the front of the cathedral there, isn't it, where we came in originally, so we don't need to head back there? No. Alright, so that's about it. Look at your minions there. Mclargehuge, that's great that the cooldown is only 60 seconds, because that pretty much means, I guess, and we'll go back to New Tristram, by the way, folks, that pretty much means that you can have them up... Oh, hang on, cutscene.
I have fulfilled my promise to Leah and rescued her uncle, Deckard Cain. Now, all that stands between me and the fallen star is the Skeleton King, who has returned to darken Tristram once again.
And there we go, it was indeed the Skeleton King. So yes, Mclargehuge, do you reckon that the way your class is designed, are you meant to have your pets out the entire time, pretty much? Like, why would you not have them out? Do they cost any kind of resource to have them out? Or is it just the summoning of them that costs your particular resource?
No, it's just the summoning that costs some of my characters' mana, and
right.
Then the rest of the time they just run around and do their own thing.
Alright, so that's very handy. I guess, yeah, you'd be silly not to have them out all the time. Alright, here we go in Tristram. Let's see if we can sell up. Now, of course, I'm just going to sell off all my white goods. i.e. my non-magical items. Now you can see I do have a pair of magical pants there. We love the magic pants. And what I'm going to do is go over and deconstruct those, or salvage them as you call it here in Diablo 3. Let's just make sure I haven't got a better belt. Here we go, an axe. No, that's good. Repairs. I don't think we can repair till a later level. Tallahassee, do you remember what level repairs open up?
10.
10. There we go. All right, here we go. Salvaging.
Level 10.
Good stuff. Let's salvage this blue item here. There we go. And we get ourselves some crafting material there. Subtle essence. Now, I'm not going to bother too much with the crafting at this early stage, folks. But yes, don't worry. We will cover it off completely in a future episode without a doubt. Alright, so I think while we're here, it's always good practice to hop back inside the inns, because here we go, you'll notice you'll get these different books. There are different chapters or different parts of all the books, even if you've picked one up, especially Cain and Leah's ones. And looks like we've already picked all those ones up, so that's okay. You need to keep coming back here because they keep changing. Now, guys, you might be able to answer this, maybe Mclargehuge. If you already get one on one character, do you have to get it on another character in terms of achievements and stuff? Do you know, or does it already count? Is it all account based?
I believe that you do need to collect them all again.
Right.
Yeah, you need to collect them all for each character as you go, though I'm sure that if there's a viewer who knows otherwise, that they'll make sure to let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think you're right, because I'm here in Deckard Cain's little hut, and I've got Journal Part 1, and I know I've already got that on another character.
We have come at last.
There he is, talking away.
Old cathedral.
Hear what he's got to say.
This is where Diablo, Lord of Terror, first corrupted mankind. This is where I may finally find the answers I seek. Leah worries after my safety, but I believe information vital to defeating the last lords of the burning hells can be found here.
Thank you, Deckard Cain. Alright guys, now of course when we're playing in a party, folks, you want to make sure that everybody's got all their stuff sorted out before you head on off again. So is everyone repaired up and selled up?
Almost.
I am ready to go.
Ready to rock and roll. What are you doing, Tallahassee?
I'm crafting.
I was going to say, are you crafting? I bet you are. And again, folks, don't worry. We will cover that off in a future episode, because there's definitely a advantage to crafting in this game. So we'll check that out. And of course, we're also going to check out the dual crafting. A lot of people have been asking about that in the comments. And yes, don't worry. We'll be covering it all off. All right, let's have a chat to Leah here. See if we can progress our story a little bit further.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Our time is running short. What can you tell me about the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
Whoa! There we go. Everyone's exploding left, right and centre. Well, actually it was you. Mclargehuge Zombub is level 6. Congratulations, my friend. You're going to tell us what your
Thank you very much.
Surely you've got new abilities there. What did you get?
I've got a new primary ability. No, I've picked up a new rune for my poison dart.
Ooh, what's that do?
I can now shoot multiple poison darts.
All right, we like that.
Which is good.
We like that. And of course, I think runes are indeed unlocked at level 6. So, Tallahassee, what are you on? About 50% of the way through level 5, you?
Yeah, I'm about there as well.
All right, we'll catch up with you. We'll get you. All right, let's have a look. I think it's Deckard Cain we need to speak to next.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
Leoric's tale is sad, but I am here to find the fallen star, and the Skeleton King stands in my way.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Haedrig. He knows of its whereabouts.
All right, there we go. Got ourselves a new objective here, and that is to talk to the blacksmith. All right, lead the way, Tallahassee. I forget where he is. Is he outside, or is he further in the town?
He's further into town.
All right, go on. Lead the way. We shall become your minions. We shall follow you to the end of the world and back. Oh, okay, maybe not. Anyway. All right, now, I don't think we've
It'd be
actually...
nice if he did.
Well, we haven't been here before, have we? I don't think we've been this deep into New Tristram. Oh, here he is. Okay, Haedrig Eamon.
Blacksmith. Deckard Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
I know it will be difficult, but she would want you to do it. I will help you.
Thank you.
All right, that sounds a bit macabre. And by the way, folks, yes, this here is the artisan and basically the jewel crafting, and we will get into that later on in the series. But that's definitely for those of you who are wondering, hey, are there socketed items in Diablo 3, and can you combine gems just like the old days in Diablo 2? Yes, you can, don't worry about it. Alright, so it looks like we've got to go and kill the ravenous dead in the Cellar of the Damned. That is right down there. Let's get right into it. Now, I'm seeing a distinct lack of crates and things to smash. Why is that?
It's pretty sad.
It is pretty sad.
My friends, I'm sorry.
Now, another thing to pay attention to, guys, watching from home, you must realise as well, I hope, that whenever you have more people in your party, the minions of hell do actually grow stronger. So we're not basically ruffle stomping these guys. Anytime that you've got 2 people and then you add another one in your party, all of the bad guys here do get stronger. So it does scale up with the size of your party, just in case you are wondering. Alright, well, she got turned. Myra Eamon, I'm so sorry, but your wife has to die. Here we are. Give her a bit of a freeze. And there we are. Oh, look at that. A couple of nice blues have dropped there. Let's pick all them up and take a look.
Without you, I'm in your debt. My name is Haedrig Eamon.
Haedrig, I need your aid. I must find Leoric's crown.
I can help you there. It's buried with his chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
There we go, quest complete, and we've received our new objectives there. Obviously, we need to go to the cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. So I'd say that will be our next task. But let's have a look at our inventory here, and we can see we've got ourselves, a nice new weapon there, which has got 11 DPS rather than 9, and each hit adds +2 to our life. So, that's very good. And 1% of all damage dealt is converted to life. Me being a squishy mage, I'm definitely going to equip that one. Very nice. Although that is a 2-hander, so I don't have a shield anymore. And you can see I've got myself some magic boots there as well. So I'm starting to look a bit more like a wizard. Do you guys get anything good there? Tallahassee, did you get any good blue drops then?
All I got was a bow, which I can't
You're not going to use that in a hurry. What about you, Mclargehuge?
Yeah, I picked up some nice blue braces that had some good intelligence, which will make my guy a little bit stronger, which is nice.
Oh, well, actually, that's right, because, of course, being a mana user, you will definitely want intelligence. This is where I'm using, by the way, folks, my Arcane Orb. Whenever there's a bunch of mobs like that, it's good because my Arcane Orb is AoE. We've got some new lore here. Let's play that as we run along.
Scavengers are ugly, pathetic creatures who survive off of carrion and corpses, too diseased to attract any other carnivores. I did once meet a raggedy fellow who claimed that he had trained one of the beasts to bring him large rats to eat. But I'm sure the story is utter nonsense.
Boy, I love the way your zombie dogs just kind of swarm everybody. It's very cool. Let's do some freezing there.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Oh, big knockback there.
Oh, whoosh.
Yeah. Now, Mclargehuge, do you ever get to increase the number of... Oh, there we go, level 6. Woohoo! And Tallahassee, you dinged as well. Was that just now, or did I miss it before?
It was quite literally like 30 seconds ago.
Ah, there we go. Sorry, probably while I got knocked away. Yeah, Mclargehuge, do you actually get to increase the number of zombie dogs that you have at any point, or is it always just going to be 3?
At the moment it's always 3, but I imagine that hopefully there'll be a rune later on that might help it grow a little bit.
That's what I'm thinking. Well, this is a bit of a rough patch we've got here, lots and lots. This is why we love Diablo, folks. Just, screes and screes of mindless killing. This is what I love the most. You know what, I was playing through this earlier today in single player mode, i.e. by myself, and there weren't nearly as many zombies. It's definitely not as much fun playing it on your own as it is playing it with mates, and of course highly recommend that. Nice AoE Arcane Orb. Right, now I've got to go in and check my skills because I leveled up, so we'll quickly do that now. Let's open up our skill menu. You can see here I've got myself new. The word new is flashing on my primary ability here, and I'd say that is because, here we go, got myself a rune, and it's called Charged Blast. What does it do? Okay, so what it will do is, yes, it attaches to my magic missile. So that's the missile that basically is my magic energy missile, causing 110% weapon damage as arcane damage. This one here, if I activate this rune, it will increase the damage of my magic missile to 143%. So I see absolutely no reason why I shouldn't activate that. Alright, good stuff. What did you get for a rune there, Tallahassee?
I got one for bash, so it has a chance to stun instead of knock back.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. How long's the stun for?
Not very long. But I'll stick with cleave.
Yeah, I was going to say, you and your cleave. It's good for Mclargehuge and me as well, by the way, because you basically make everything explode. We don't mind, not one bit.
Just stand back.
Yep, stand back and watch. Now, one of the things we've noticed, by the way, and this was when we were playing off screen, and that is that, you know, these things here, these shrines that give us the buff, and you can see all three of us here have got the buff icon above our head now, and there it is too above our hotbar. We are enlightened. We gain more XP from the monsters that we kill. Mclargehuge, it was you that noticed this, that if the party isn't stuck together tightly, these buffs act a little bit differently, don't they? I mean, if I was way down the bottom of the map when you activated a buff, what happens?
Yeah, I found that if one person runs ahead and activates the buff while the other players are kind of far off around the other side of the dungeon, that they don't actually receive the effect.
Right, so there's obviously an actual range on those buffs. And I think that's kind of cool because I'm guessing it's there to encourage sticking together as a group rather than having some, you know, lone wolf running off ahead, I guess. And of course, safety in numbers, especially if there are three of you playing in the game. As we said before, three of you in means that the mobs are going to be a lot harder. So you don't want to be caught off guard, especially if you're squishy like me, running around on your own. And how many times, let's face it, folks, have you guys been playing with me, Tallahassee and Mclargehuge? I've run on ahead or gone in a different direction because something's caught my eye, and the next thing you guys hear is me crying like a little girl going, "Help me!" Because I'm all alone and basically I die. It's not a good position to be in. Of course, these guys have to come along and rescue me. They know it all too well. So stick together, folks, if you are playing in a group like this. Gosh, you know what the other thing is in Diablo 3? Time goes so fast, and everyone I know that's been playing this game is, like, we know it's an old trope that if you're playing games, time does go fast. Before you know it, a few hours have gone past. But swear to God, in Diablo 3, it's even worse. Have you found that, Mclargehuge? Like, you know that, you probably think a few minutes has gone by and it's been more like a few hours, but I've found myself looking up and 5 hours, for example, has just disappeared out of nowhere. Do you seem to have that problem?
Yeah, definitely.
It's just, I think it's that horrible, what some people call it, blizz crack. Same with Diablo 2, but there's some kind of magic formula there. I don't know what it is. There's something about it, and time just goes so fast. And of course, what that means for us is that we're out of time on our episode, unfortunately. That's okay. I think we're in a good place to leave it, though, because Tallahassee, remind me, we're in the Weeping Hollow here. We know that the maps are random every time we play. I think it says find the cemetery of the Forsaken in the Weeping Hollow. Are we just basically having to explore this entire area until we come across the cemetery? Is that the go?
Pretty much.
Alright, so it could be anywhere. Is it going to be in a different place the next time we log in?
It'll be roughly the same place, but not quite.
Oh, okay. Alright. That's alright. And of course, because we haven't activated a checkpoint recently, next time we log in, we'll probably be sent back to the beginning of this zone, won't we?
Yeah, and Mclargehuge's bloody hounds went ahead and activated a treasure seeker.
Oh, have they? Oh, look at that!
Yeah, I saw that.
That's okay. And of course, the
it's
treasure
like it was miles away.
Well, the treasure seeker is actually leading us through every single mob in the map, I think. And look at that. It's actually also led us to the cemetery that we need to be at. So I think we've actually got Mclargehuge's mobs to thank for actually probably finding us a new checkpoint. Can you remember, Tallahassee, will we get a checkpoint once we actually hit the cemetery?
I
can't remember.
I think so, but there's also a waypoint there, so that's fine.
Oh, okay, good. Well, look, seeing as we've come up this far, thanks Mclargehuge, by the way. It's all right. Thanks for your minions.
Good dogs.
Good doggies. We might as well finish off all these guys while we're here. Freeze them up. There we go. And of course, that is my tactic. What I do normally is run into a bunch of mobs, freeze them, and then run away screaming like a little girl as I then set off all my ranged attacks from a distance. I think that's quite a sound sort of way of doing it. Alright, let's head up the top here. We can see the ping on the mini-map. That's exactly where we need to go to fulfill our objective here, which will be, no doubt, finding the cemetery of the Weeping Hollow. And hopefully we'll get a checkpoint, because that means when we log in next time, it is exactly where we will start. And there it is, reach the checkpoint, perfect timing, right as we run out of time. So there we are. I think, what are we going to do? Search for the Chancellor's altar beneath the cemetery of the Forsaken. Oh, look at that. Get ourselves a waypoint as well. We like that. You know what? I'm actually going to head back to New Tristram just to empty my bags, and that's probably the best place to log out for the episode. And of course, what it means, folks, is we'll be able to waypoint our way back here and pick it up in the next one. I'm sure you guys don't want to see me emptying my bags and doing all the boring housework stuff, so it's probably time for us to sign off. I'd like to give my thanks to Mclargehuge for giving up your time, coming along and joining us today and showing us the Witchdoctor. Hope you had fun. Do you think you'll join us again in a future episode?
Most definitely.
Oh, good. Well, we'd love to have you along. And of course, the more the merrier whenever it's anything Diablo related. I certainly hope you guys at home are getting a chance to play with a lot of your friends. Tallahassee, tell us, by the way, I know you've been playing your Barbarian. Before we do sign off, what level have you got up to?
Level 22.
22. So is it just getting better? I mean, a lot of people that have sent me messages have said, hey, you know, I really want to try out Diablo 3, but not sure if it's going to get boring, you know, if it's going to get samey and repetitive, and there don't seem to be that many skills from what they've seen, etc., etc. Like, in a nutshell, are you still opening skills at that later level, and is it still exciting?
Not only am I opening up skills, I'm opening up rooms, so, you know, the chance to go ahead and change the skills or augment the skills that I've got.
Right,
so it is good, and it's getting better.
Right, so it's basically giving a new lease of life on some of the skills that you may have been sort of getting a bit tired of, whatever, if that's possible in this game. So that's good to know. And there you go, folks. You know what a harsh critic Tallahassee is, so if he's saying it gets better as it goes on, then it certainly must. In the meantime, on behalf of myself, Sambo, Zombub, aka Mclargehuge, and Tallahassee, it's us saying take care. Certainly hope you're having a great day wherever you are in the world. We do look forward to seeing you next time. We will see you then, and bye-bye.